I am in Hebron, Ohio at the Mopar Nationals at National Trail Raceway. And it's Mopars galore everywhere. They got racing, they got just burnouts, all kinds of stuff. And they've also got Raymond Kohn of the Northeast Ohio Dukes. And he is going to be jumping a General Lee here on Saturday, August 10th at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. And I've got all access. So starting with this episode, I'm going to interview Raymond. You're going to hear about what's coming up. And before we do that, I got to let you know who presents this episode. And they are my sponsors. Griner Auto Body of Washington, Iowa, using state-of-the-art techniques and decades of experience to get your car back on the road after an accident. Car Doctor of Washington, Iowa, no matter who Frankenstein it, they can fix and clean and customize it. McDonald Boneyard of Keota, Iowa, for all your farm equipment and auto recycling needs. Hinshaw Trailer Sales of Richland, Iowa. You need a trailer, they've got your trailer, and they fix what they sell and don't in their full-time repair shop. Girling Repair of Winfield, Iowa. If your mower is dead, call Fred, your Husqvarna, Aaron's, and Gravely dealer. B&B Propane and the family of Jet Stops. And Blue Dog Lawn Care of Wayland, Iowa, for all your residential and commercial lawn care needs. And when the snow starts flying, they take care of that for you as well. They all present Southeast Iowa today. I'm John Bain, author of Christie's Journey, The Beat Goes On, and your host. Let's get right with it with Raymond Kohn. Ray, we're at the Mopar Nats.
Yes. John, wasn't we just doing this a couple months ago in Canada?
Yeah, April 19th.
Right.
We were in Moncton, Canada.
Moncton, Canada.
My friends, like Chris Roy, have taught me how to say that.
Yeah, that's, they're here.
They are here.
They returning the favor, and they came here all the way from Moncton.
And it's great to see them, and they got their little guy Bentley.
Family, yeah, they got their family here, and
that's awesome.
So that's awesome that we've made such an impression on people that, I mean, they're not even U.S. citizens, and they would come here all the way from there to be a part of this.
It's huge.
It makes me feel really good.
It's huge, and just about 2 weeks ago, 2.5 weeks ago, you and I were in Luray, Virginia.
Yeah, we went to the anniversary for Cooters.
Yeah,
the anniversary.
And you and I were talking and doing a podcast, and you put me on the spot and told me, John, you're coming to Ohio for my next jump, aren't you? And I was like, and I don't know the answer. And I'm like, I'm 98.6% sure, but by the end of the conversation, I said, I'll see you there, and here we are.
Well, after the radical speed sport jump in Canada, how could you say no? All access, John. All access.
You're absolutely right. And then when you do your Yoda impersonation, don't think, do, or whatever you
do not think, do.
How can I say no to that?
Right.
And for folks that may not know it yet, I look at you, Ray, as my Evel Knievel, and I'm your Frank Gifford.
Right.
And we're going back to when I was a kid, and ABC Wide World of Sports on Saturday would show Evel Knievel jumping over stuff, and here I get to be a part of something like that.
The 80s was the best decade, man. I'm telling you, we're the last hope.
Yes, yes. Gotta say, go Gen Xers.
Yeah, and that's one of the reasons why we're here, because we're trying to keep the 80s alive. A time when things were better and things weren't so difficult. And if we could just keep pushing forward and bringing back those happy memories that we all grew up with.
And most people got along.
Yes.
And that's what 2024 and beyond needs, is more of that.
Yeah, we need more love. In fact, I've said it many times, if everybody treated people like Uncle Jesse treated people, the world would be a better place for everybody to live.
Amen. That's just so too. And we've got drag racing going on behind us, so I apologize to our viewers if sometimes it's a little hard to hear, but Uncle Jesse always said a stranger was a friend you just haven't met yet.
Yep. And he lived by the golden rule.
Yes.
You treat people how you want to be treated.
Exactly. And I know you do that. I try to do that, and it just makes things a lot easier.
There's so many life lessons that you could learn off of the Dukes of Hazzard. And I don't want to sound corny or anything, but I sort of patterned my life after that show. Not the jump in the General Lee. My wife plays Daisy. We live in an old farmhouse, you know. I got Cooter's garage down the street. Not that like that, but just my morals, you know, they come from the Dukes of Hazzard,
Yeah.
believe it or not.
Well, I think you're doing a good job, my friend. And some other things that come from the Dukes of Hazzard is this car right behind you. Tomorrow afternoon, 4 o'clock Eastern time, you are going to become the pilot of the General Lee again, flying through the air.
Yes. And hopefully I can go 70 miles an hour. I'll have a nice drag strip to drive on. I'm going to come out of it real fast, real hot and heavy. And I'm going to hit the ramp, hopefully at 70 miles an hour.
And that's going to propel you 180 plus feet.
Yes, I want to try to beat the Moncton General Lee jump, and it would be cool. Now the back wheels landed in Canada at 163, and the front end came down around 180, 182, somewhere, you know, around in there. So we're hoping for something a little bit more than that.
I think I know what's going to happen.
Yeah, we built this car quick, and we didn't cut any corners. You can't.
Right.
You can't. Doing what we do, there's no cutting corners, you know. But the team came together again, you know, and we got the car done. Tyler, he's doing his turnover. So not only do I have to worry about myself, I have that added, I'm worried about Tyler as well.
Yeah.
But we wouldn't be doing this if we were getting hurt.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, I mean, you guys.
The risk is always there. But the difference between a daredevil and a stuntman is that a daredevil is more reckless. You know, a stuntman does everything that he can possibly do to ensure his safety.
There's a lot of planning.
A lot of planning that goes into it. You know, we got 80 pounds less than this car, than the Moncton car, and we're using a more beefier secondary spring in the back.
Okay.
So not only has its factory coil springs, but we put a secondary set to help get a good lift off of the ramp.
Okay, because when you do hit the ramp, it kind of goes down.
Yeah, it compresses. We call it a compression ramp.
Okay.
Because it's a giant wedge, and the car hits it at a high rate of speed, and it actually compresses. And then when it can't compress anymore, guess what? It decompresses. And that's where you get a little 5-foot ramp, but you can jump at 25, 28 feet high in the air.
Wow.
Boy, what a rush.
Yeah, and that's when we hear that woof.
Yeah, that woof. I would really love to keep my foot on the pedal so you guys can hear that engine roar. It's just so hard to do because the physics want to pull you become weightless and your legs fly up in the air and stuff. So it's hard to, and besides, I'm not even sitting on the seat, so it's all awkward.
Yeah. You know? Now, and if I understand correctly, you got about 100 pounds less
80
concrete.
pounds less.
80 pounds
Plus,
less.
now from April to present day, I've lost like 34 pounds.
I say you look a little more svelte.
Yeah. So we have to sort of calculate, you know, balance the car out between the weight I've lost and the weight we put in the back.
So you kids watching, yes, you do use math.
Yes, we do. Why do I need to learn this? I'm never going to use it. Guess what? I have to use it.
You have to use it.
So there's angles. I mean, with your speeds, your angles, and a lot. I mean, you can have the weight in the front, the weight in the back, the angle of the ramp, and the speed that you hit it. But what changes all of that is a bumpy surface versus a smooth surface.
You got those variables.
Yeah, you got little tiny, even believe it or not, wind. If I have wind blowing toward me from like the clouds and stuff, that could change some things.
Wow. It's amazing. Now I gotta say one other thing that's amazing. You've got your jump car and Tyler's jump and roll car right here. We're at the Auto Metal Direct booth. And right here is the catalog of you, my friend, soaring through the air in the General Lee.
Yeah, I'm very honored and very humble that A&D would put me on the front cover like that. What a humbling experience.
It's incredible.
I almost like get choked up, you know,
Well,
just thinking about. I mean, look, the whole table's got
yeah,
you know, my last jump here all over.
yeah.
People are asking me to sign them and stuff like that. It's just a great feeling.
Now you started.
I never thought that my life would take me in this direction.
I say you jumped the first time in 05 or 7?
07. August 31st, 2007.
Do you ever think, flash forward to 2024, and you'd have AMD as a sponsor, you're on the front cover, you're signing autographs, and you're going to do your 29th jump tomorrow?
Yeah, so there's just a handful of reasons why I keep doing this over and over. One of the biggest reasons is I've become really good friends with a handful of the original stuntmen from the Dukes of Hazzard, and they don't get any credit at all. You know, you see the autograph lines when you go to these events, and they're all for the cast members. The show was nothing without the stunt guys, you know.
Right.
Ted Barba, Henry Kenji, the Baxley boys, Gary and Craig, and Corey Eubanks, Tom Sermano as a mechanic, and you know, Russell Solberg, Alan White Jr., just with everybody, you know, combined, doing what they did, we fell in love with that show when we were kids. And if by me jumping the General League could honor them for their sacrifice of what they did, even Kay Kemmler, you know, Daisy's stunt double, then that makes me feel good about what we did.
Well, I'm sure they do. I'm sure they feel that way, and some of them are departed, and I'm sure they're looking down, watching, and smiling too.
Yeah.
And I just wish you the best. I'm excited to be here. I thank you for the all access. It's a real pleasure and a joy for me.
You're welcome, John. Anything that I could do for you, I'd do it in a drop of a hat.
Well, vice versa, my friend. And I'll be right. Even though I'll be along the side shooting video, I'll be right there with you flying.
I tried my damnedest to do a good job for you all.
You're gonna do it. Thanks, Ray.
You're welcome, buddy.
Thanks so much to Raymond Kohn for being on the episode today. You know, I wish him the best. He's going to give us more access throughout the weekend here at the Mopar Nationals, and I'm excited about it. It's going to be cool. I also want to thank you for watching, and if you like this episode, go ahead and give it a like, and make sure to follow and subscribe. It's free. And also, I need to thank our sponsors: Griner Auto Body, Car Doctor, McDonald Boneyard, Hinshaw Trailer Sales, B&B Propane, and the family of Jet Stops, Girling Repair, and Blue Dog Lawn Care. I'm your host, John Bain. Stay friendly, Southeast Iowa.